I never cared much about losing. The loss of someone always gave space for another to replace. I never cared much about losing because I never had someone worth caring for. When I lost you, I felt my heart weep for the first time. My body shut down, but I couldn't find the reason why. There was no meaning and no reason for anything. The hardest part? No one seemed to hear my cries. But you always did. June 29th, 2013. It's a day the world won't ever forget. Only 15 years had passed since the extermination of Raccoon City. The US government has worked tirelessly to keep the truth surrounding the tragedy away from public knowledge. But all secrecy and deception were all going to come to an end under the current administration of President Adam Benford. Benford planned to expose the true nature of bioorganic warfare.
Bioorganic weapons are a global threat. Start working with the rest of the world. We have to come to my desire to reveal the truth. Tell them everything. It might create more problems than it's time we take responsibility. We want to have any chance. I've always valued your friendship, Leon.
Stay right where you are. Mr. President! Don't make me do this.
It's all my fault. I did this.
What are you talking about?
Tolok's Cathedral. I'll explain everything there, Agent Kennedy.
How do you know my name?
Yes?
Hunnigan.
Thank God you're both all right.
How do you two know each other?
That's Helena Harper. She's been with the Secret Service since last year. I can't tell you how good it is to hear you two are all right. Look, I hate to rush introductions, but I need a report on your situation.
I just shot the president.
What are you? He had already been infected by the time we found him. Leon did what he had to. He saved my life.
God help us. All right, I'll submit the report. You two just focus on getting the hell out of there. The virus has already spread 3 miles past the campus perimeter and it's not slowing down. You need to hurry.
Not before we check out Tolok's Cathedral. Agent Kennedy's got a lead that might tell us who's responsible for this.
Leon, is that true?
Yeah. I think I might have something.
Roger that. I'll map out the safest access route. Keep your radio on.
I got a lead?
You will if you come with me.
And just like that, here we are again. Another city taken by a viral outbreak. This agent, Helena Harper, claims to have caused all this. But there's no time for questions. We'll just have to follow her lead for now, and whatever answer she has, they better be good. Helena certainly can't be trusted, but the situation at hand is far too chaotic to start making new enemies. There's this group claiming responsibility for the current tragedy. They call themselves Neo Umbrella.
What the hell is all this?
None of these were here 3 days ago.
Ada.
That woman was Ada. I'm sorry. I really don't know what's happening, but unfortunately, things only get more convoluted from here.
Deborah! Deborah! Can you hear me?
Helena?
Thank goodness.
Okay, enough with the mystery. What the hell is going on here?
Deborah! Just hold on, we're almost there. Deborah, stay with me, all right? No, Deborah! No. No, this can't be happening.
Ada.
You look like you've seen a ghost.
Ada. What the hell is going on here?
It's complicated.
Isn't everything complicated when she's around? As of now, it seems like we're just a bunch of pawns being used for some twisted game with no end in sight. If things weren't complicated enough, the situation's about to hit the fan.
It's gonna be okay. Look at me. Look at me, it's gonna be okay. Just keep your eyes on me. Help me. I'm gonna get you out of here, Deborah. Deborah, look at me. We're gonna get through this. No, let her go! Get away from me! Not her! Not my sister! Take me! Please! I'll do anything! Please don't hurt me! I didn't know what else to do. So I helped him. I helped Simmons breach the president's security.
That sounds like Simmons, all right.
Why the hell would he do all this?
Long story.
We're up against the people who really run this country. In a very dangerous game. And if you don't play your hand right...
Leon, where are you?
Simmons there.
Yes.
Hunnigan, you need to be careful. I think he's the one who did all...
I hear my name?
The President spoke highly of you, Agent Kennedy.
Likewise. He told me you've been friends for 30 years.
Tell me, is it true you were the only ones present at the time of his death?
What are you saying?
Well, you must be aware that you are both
Suspects in this attack.
What?
Agent Harper,
At the time of the attack, you had abandoned your post.
leaving the President vulnerable.
You must admit such behavior is suspicious.
You son of a bitch!
You're the one who planned all this!
With what evidence could you base such an outrageous accusation?
I am the National Security Advisor. It's my job to...
Prevent terrorist attacks, not cause them.
You liar!
Lena!
If the two of you...
Feel so strongly about your innocence, then you should have no problem turning yourselves in.
Derek Simmons, once the National Security Advisor under the President, current conniving bastard. Once again, the nation is jeopardized at the hands of its malevolent leaders. Helena, she may not be fully reliable, but the enemy to my enemy is my friend. The only objective now is imperative: to clear our name and bring Simmons to justice. We'll reconvene with Leon and Helena at a later time. As much as I'd rather not, I believe it's best that I show you what took place around 6 months prior to the events we're currently witnessing.
Captain.
Sea virus. That's what the guerrillas were calling it. Nice to see the cavalry's here.
Who are you?
I work here. My name's Ada Wong. They held me hostage.
Sea virus. That must be what's creating those Jawavo.
Yeah, I heard them saying something about that.
What else did you hear?
Maybe you could put your guns down first.
Not until you give us a reason to.
Neo Umbrella.
Neo Umbrella?
The organization supporting the guerrillas. Or at least I think that's what they were calling themselves.
So the sea virus came from them?
And that's all I know.
Thank you. We appreciate your cooperation. Finn. You're in charge of keeping her safe.
Yes, sir.
Keep an eye on her.
Will do.
The woman, she's gone. Finn!
I don't know what happened. She was here a second ago.
Thanks for the escort. Here's something to remember me by.
No, goddammit!
There are many things that have occurred that are still difficult to understand. But if there's one thing that is crystal clear, Ada Wong is responsible for the deaths of countless BSAA agents and thousands within the population as she is working under Neo Umbrella, the source of the C virus and the current caveat of the plague terrorizing the world. I'll be fairly quiet for the next few minutes as I feel this upcoming sequence is best left undisturbed.
Ada.
Let's follow her.
Ada!
What's going on?
Think this is where they've been developing the C virus?
Ada!
You can't run forever.
Chris?
Leon! What are you doing here?
Put your gun down, Chris. She's a key witness. We need her.
A witness? She's the one who did all this!
No, it wasn't her. It was Simmons, the National Security Advisor.
I lost all my men because of her!
And I lost over 70,000 people, including the President, because of Simmons.
She's working for Neo Umbrella. You know what that means?
Yeah, I do.
And you're still going to protect this woman?
I am.
Captain! Freeze! Damn it!
Helena!
He's gonna kill her!
Chris, wait! We both want the same thing here.
All right. The BSAA will handle Ada. You take care of Simmons.
Chris! I know you'll do the right thing.
Are you sure we can rely on him?
He's been in this as long as I have. I trust him.
All right.
Come on. Let's find Simmons.
Can you feel it spreading through your body yet? I'm just giving you exactly what you gave me. Simmons. At first, you'll be afraid. But don't worry. You're just becoming the monster you always were. You and everyone else on the planet. You and your family may have shaped the world into what it is today. But starting tomorrow, it's all going to change.
I'm just giving you exactly what you gave me, Simmons. At first, you'll be afraid. But don't worry. You're just becoming the monster you always were. You and everyone else on the planet.
Give it up, Simmons! We've got you.
That woman. How dare she do this to me?
The world will be a better place!
Still haven't had enough, huh? Even after losing all your men? Again. With your track record, I gotta say, I'd hate to be a member of your team, Chris.
Don't listen to her, Captain!
But where are my manners? I mean, really, I should be thanking your men for being such good test subjects.
Ever since Adonia, all I've wanted is to see you dead. This isn't about vengeance. It's about justice. It's over, Ada.
You're right. It is. The aircraft carrier is preparing for launch.
Launch?
And the dead will flood the streets. Deja vu, boys. Raccoon revisited. But this time, it won't just be one city. It'll be the whole world. You got me. Well played. But no one can stop it now.
Damn it! What the hell just happened?
Yeah. Things just got bad. Real bad. Chris, listen to me. I need you to rescue 2 hostages from an underwater oil field. Agent Sherry Burkham and Jake Mueller. Robert Wesker's son.
Wesker?
Chris. He's got antibodies for the C virus.
I got it. On my way.
Good, thanks.
Leon, wait. There's something I need to tell you. Ada Wong is dead.
Copy. Sherry and Jake need you. Don't let them down.
Are you okay?
Let's just find the survivors and get the hell out of here.
There's no trickery. There's no possibility. There's no denying. She's dead. There are lots of questions that remain unanswered. Answers that will probably follow Ada to her grave. The truth is, we never really knew much about Ada, did we? But this guy, Simmons, must have done some real twisted things for her to want to recreate the Raccoon City outbreak on a global scale, huh? I don't know. I guess I'm still just kind of processing it all. But, like Leon said, the mission isn't over. We still have a job to do.
Come on. I got you.
I don't know how she does it, why she does it, but thank God. There's a lot of debriefing that I have to go through, which we can circle back on later on. But we did just witness the death of an Ada, just not our Ada. Our girl is safe and not completely psychopathic.
She's heading to the roof.
Let's hope the elevator still works. What's wrong?
It's nothing. Let's go.
She's more than just a friend, isn't she? You have feelings for her.
Can I just say, these two scenes together and a scene that comes afterwards are some of my favorite scenes in this whole entire game, besides a few things that happen with Jake and Sherry in their campaigns. Helena asks Leon, she's more than just a friend, isn't she? And Leon doesn't give an answer. See, Leon has never ever explicitly stated how he feels about Ada, at least not to her face. He'll talk about Ada towards other people, like he has with Ashley at the end of Resident Evil 4, or even when he presumed that Ada was dead at the end of RE2. Also, in RE2, Ada revealed her feelings for Leon, telling Leon that she does love him. You can hear more of my thoughts about that in the Resident Evil 2 video. But Leon's never ever been able to express how he feels about Ada straight to her face, which is rather peculiar. That's a very curious thing when you notice that, especially coming off of games like Resident Evil 4, Leon, ever since that game, specifically Resident Evil 4, he's always been one to talk a big game to the ladies, no? Like, let's be honest here. The man's not exactly shy when it comes to speaking to women when he's interested in them. But for whatever reason, he has this big game for other women, but for Ada, he gets rather shy. He reverts back to that original state of being to who he was when he first met Ada in Resident Evil 2, where she was the one who was more upfront with how she felt towards Leon, and Leon didn't exactly reveal, at least not too explicitly, how he felt towards Ada until he knew that she liked him as well. I don't know. That's just something to a little note that I think people should notice about how Leon is towards Ada versus how he is towards other women. In this game, a couple scenes prior, Leon thought that he lost Ada for the second time, but the prolonged stares, which harken back to the boat ride in Resident Evil 2, I think about that. Of course, the contrast between that scene and this scene here is that, well, Leon was staring at Ada in the boat in RE4. She's the one who pulls away and I don't want to say violently, but rather aggressively pushes his gaze away with the jerking of the boat, whereas in this scene they're staring at each other. These prolonged stares. I mean, just the sheer, I feel almost disbelief in his eyes of like, oh my God, she's still here. Right in front of me. I lost her once, and I'll never let that happen again.
Ada! Elena, cover me!
Leon!
Ada, can you hear me? Don't let it end like this.
With me, my lord. We were together.
Not if I can help it. Come on, wake up. both can.
I was just resting my eyes.
You shouldn't sleep on the job.
Can I just say I really love these two? Leon's always been on the side of humanity, risking his life to save others, even when potentially placing himself at potential harm. I really have nothing to say. There's just something about his frantic struggle and protection of Ada that just kind of makes this scene really beautiful to me. I know I should be like overanalyzing this. I don't have anything. I don't know. It's just, of course, he always has been the sort of person who wants to save everybody, but the amount of just, I don't know. There's just like, there's just something about this scene that just makes me go, There's a different sort of like, I don't want to say like primal. There's a certain type of like primal reaction that comes over when you know that somebody that you care so deeply for is in some sort of trouble, that it just becomes so instinctual that you'll just put everything at risk to make sure that they're okay. And I see that in this scene. Yeah, I guess that's all I wanted to say.
What are you? Why are you helping us?
Wish I could stay longer, but I've got to run. I've left you a little parting gift on the roof. See you down the road, Leon.
Ada!
What are you waiting for?
Go after her.
No. We're sticking together.
The chime of her theme song, the send-off, makes me a bit teary-eyed. This is the only proper goodbye these two have actually had. She could have just left like usual, but she wanted to give a farewell this time. A longing to stay and a hint towards possibly seeing each other again. Should I get into this? Should I wait? If there's one thing that I will always praise Leon and Ada for doing, is how they never, ever jeopardize who they are as people for the other person. You know, sometimes you'll see people lose sight of who they are, or purposely trying to hide aspects of their being for the other person that they're interested in. But forgive me, I try not to talk out of line and say these sort of absolutes, and of course what other people do in their own personal lives is none of my business. But that's not love to me. That's just unnecessary sacrifice to erode who you are for the benefit and approval of somebody else who doesn't even enjoy the actual person that you actually are. You know, there are setbacks, shortcomings. There always will be. But the difference between setbacks or aspects of a person that you love that has them is that you're willing to work through those setbacks. You're willing to see past those shortcomings, because ultimately they don't matter, because I enjoy the person that you are fully, not just a haphazard sort of fraction of who you think I want you to be. I know, and I'm sure a lot of people probably rag on Leon and Ada for this dynamic that they have, but to me, I see it as where they both are currently in life takes them away from each other, despite how much they wish they could be together. But what I love about that is that they're never, ever angry at situations that they cannot change. Ada has personal goals that she has for herself that she's not willing to give up on. And Leon has personal goals in his life that he's not willing to give up on. And even though this isn't said explicitly, but the fact that these two are so forgiving of the situations that they're in showcases that they care enough for each other, that they are actually supportive of both of their goals, of both of the other person's goals, despite it potentially going against what they wish and what they wish is to be together. Forgive me, I wish I kind of scripted that, because I'm not sure if I explained it correctly. But, you know, at the end of that scene, Helena goes, "Go after her." And I'm sure Leon wanted to. You know, the amount of restraint that must have taken. But this is who these two are. Fully committed to their causes, even if it comes at expense of personal affairs. I love that they don't jeopardize who they are.
Is that Ada's? Leon, this is...
Evidence that proves Simmons' guilt.
Which means it will prove your innocence.
Our innocence.
I don't need it.
Helena.
Good news, Leon. We found a way to defeat the virus.
Copy that. We're on our way back. See you soon. Let's go.
And there she is, still watching over us, like she always does. Now, I would like to pivot here. I always have a bit of a theme going for these videos, how I feel as though in Resident Evil 2, a lot of the change that we saw came from Ada's point of view, and in Resident Evil 4, we saw Leon's change in point of view, and currently, I feel like the biggest change comes from the both of them. But right now, I would like to focus on Ada real quickly. You see, there was always this sort of cold, indifferent personality that Ada always showcased in these games. And the only person that she's shown any sort of care for predominantly was always Leon. It's always been Leon. Pointing out again in Resident Evil 4 when Leon and Ashley were infected with the Plaga, Ada was only concerned about Leon's safety and did not seem to care about Ashley at all until Leon made it known that no, he's not leaving the island without Ashley being saved. And Ada seemed rather... she seemed rather like, oh, okay, whatever. I guess she needs to be saved as well. Leon's always been the one to care about the safety and protection of everybody, no matter what, whereas Ada has always been rather selfish. Of course, unless it has to do with Leon, that is. That was all true until this game. Jake and Sherry find themselves in an ungodly predicament with a extremely extremely scary boss fight. It's the first time I've actually felt fear in this game. That boss was actually frightening. Anyways, they find themselves in a frightening situation, and Ada catches wind of this, and instead of leaving them to fend for themselves, she actually goes out of her way to help them. Sticking to the shadows, of course. The way she does talk while she's helping Jake and Sherry does seem a bit like, she couldn't exactly be bothered to do so, but she's still helping out, something that you would not see her doing something like that in Resident Evil 2. Hell, I couldn't even imagine her doing something like that in did I say Resi 2? I meant Resi 4. But I couldn't even imagine her doing something like that in Resi 2. But something's changed, where not only does she help Jake and Sherry, but she's also helping out civilians as well. Now, anyone's guess is as good as mine as to why this sort of personality shift is being seen now. Maybe it's a bit of learning from Leon. I don't want to say that, but we do see a bit more of a emotional, sympathetic side from Ada that we haven't seen since Resi 2, at the end of Resi 2, and only like one scene in Resi 4. But if there's one person who gets almost an equal amount of sympathy as she usually shows towards Leon, is Carla. Now, going back to the double Adas, the woman we see here isn't Ada, but Carla Radmus, a researcher who worked alongside Simmons in his mission to manufacture a new bioorganic weapon in the C-virus. This bit of information is taken directly from the Resident Evil wiki, as I feel it's needed to fully piece together this plot point more eloquently. Prior to the events of Raccoon City, Ada worked for Simmons. At some point either before or after the extermination of Raccoon City, Ada cut all ties with Simmons, which enraged him. Possible rage induced from unrequited feelings? We know she used similar relationship tactics back in RE2. Well, Simmons became obsessed with quote-unquote getting her back. Many attempts were made in Project Ada, but the only successful mutation was the unsuspecting Carla. The researcher was quite infatuated with Simmons, wanting to advance as much as possible in the project to gain more of Simmons' praise. This was never a possibility, of course. Carla was forcefully experimented on, genetically mutated and brainwashed to believe she was Ada Wong. Carla's split consciousness fought for the host of her body. While she finally received the love she so wanted from Simmons, the real Carla lay dormant in her own body, watching her own consciousness be manipulated for the personal toying of a man she once loved.
We're beyond sympathy at this point. We're beyond humanity. A job, huh? Sure. My schedule just cleared.
These are some big emotions emitting from Ada when destroying the possibility of further clones of her being made. I mean, bigger than the emotions that she showcased in RE2, which up to this point is the most emotional she's ever gotten. I mean, I almost feel, there's so much energy that I feel coming from this scene, but I can't really put into words because there isn't much that we know about her character in the first place. But it almost feels like, I mean, she's like, it sounds crazy, but you know, she's like grunting. She's usually always very calm and composed, even in very frightening situations, but there's some underlying subtext that we're not privy to that has her not exactly who she usually showcases in this scene that just kind of gets me whenever I watch it. There are big emotions here that we don't know as to why, but it's so interesting to see her sort of break character, I guess you could say. We only ever get glimpses into Ada's psyche in these games, and whenever that sort of mask that she has over her face drops, it's always just incredibly interesting to see. Now, one thing that has me a bit stumped is at the end of that cutscene, Ada takes on a new mission. And my question is, why? Now, of course, we're not going to get an answer to that. I'm just throwing it out here, but I'm just like, her schedule is clear. Why is she going back? Or why is she taking on a new mission? And at the end of chapter 1 of Ada's campaign, Carla is interrogating her to a certain degree, and she asks, the reason why I'm telling you is because it's a bit hard to hear on the footage, but I'll just tell you verbally what she says. Carla asks Ada, she goes, "What are you fighting for?" And Ada replies back, "Whatever the hell gets in my way. And a virus always seems to make a cameo."
I have no obligation to answer you. My final question. What are you fighting?
Whatever the hell gets in my way. And the virus always seems to make a cameo.
I like your answer.
I feel like this game showcases the overall amalgamation of growth that these two have had in their care for each other. You know, Leon has always showcased his feelings towards Ada since they first crossed paths, and Ada has always really concealed her protection of Leon as much as she could, at least until this game. She always just so happened to be there at the right place at the right time in previous games. But this time, she's showing Leon that I'm here and I want you to feel safe, and I'm okay with you knowing that I want you to feel safe. In previous games, I feel like these two had fairly ambiguous thoughts about how the other felt about them, due to how they only ever kind of reveal one aspect of their feelings while concealing the entire whole picture. And even though very few words were spoken between the two, their actions throughout the story showcases how much they actually do care for each other. And I'm sorry, I'm a bit blushing. I'm sorry, no, I'm blushing. Sometimes just knowing that the person that you care for, oh my God, shares the same sentiment for you is the most beautiful feeling, personally, that I know that I've ever experienced. That has been my thoughts on Resident Evil 6. I'd really like to dedicate this series, this whole entire series of videos that I've done, to my best friend and hopefully lifelong companion in my life. I love them so much. Oh, I messed that up. I was supposed to say I love you too, because it doesn't matter, but I love you too. I love you too. But I don't know where I'm gonna go from here. I made, believe it or not, I know this is coming out like months separated, but I actually made all of the I made the first 3 parts all in a single week. 8 days to be precise. June 18th to June 26th, I made all 3 parts, both 3 parts, and right now it's currently August 1st and I'm recording for the Resi 6 video. But I've been Resident Evil'd out. Honestly, the inspiration of this series was due to, it doesn't really matter, but I started this series because I felt extremely insecure about our relationship, and I sort of made it out of heartbreak and sort of in some sort of, I don't know, some sort of divine intervention. Things just got exponentially better, and I have an uncontrollable smile on my face because I'm just so happy. I'm just so happy that I'm just so happy that I met them. I'm just so happy that they're in my life. And I think I'm Resident Evil'd out. I've been Resident Evil for the past 2 months or something. I've made so many. It's just been crazy. Maybe I'll come back and make videos on the remakes, specifically 2 and 4 someday, but right now I really just want to spend time with my best friend. And even though I'm going to end this video off on something that was originally supposed to be a sad note, I can't exactly think of any other way to end this series off, at least for the time being. I miss you, just as I've always missed you. Since the moment of consciousness, there's always been something wrong. I couldn't put my finger on it, but you helped me solve the puzzle. A series of unshakable storms calmed just by your presence. Though you are gone, I know one day I'll feel the warmth of your heart once more. Some nights, I lay awake burdened by the thought that we remain separated. Then I remember that though I may not be able to feel you physically, there will always be a piece of you that's here with me. I'll cherish it at all cost and protect it no matter what. Till we meet again.
Leon. For the next time you see her,